Hello there, welcome to CXC Math TV. Today we'll be looking at Pythagoras Theorem in trigonometry, a really nice topic. Nice! So now consider this right angle triangle right here, right? So this right angle triangle right here, triangle PQR, okay, we know that it's a right angle triangle because the angle at Q is 90. But there is a special relationship that connects the three sides of a right angle triangle. That relationship is discovered by Pythagoras, and so we call it Pythagoras Theorem. Now, the side PQ, that side is known as the opposite, and the opposite is just the side that is opposite from the angle that we're examining inside the triangle. So in this triangle here, we see an angle theta being measured. Any side that is opposite to that angle theta is known as the opposite. The adjacent is the side that is directly below the angle or beside the angle, whichever way you want to look at it. And then the hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle. And then Pythagoras theorem states that the opposite square plus the adjacent square is equal to the hypotenuse square. So in this case, our opposite, the side which is across from the angle theta, is PQ, and PQ we know that have a length of A. The adjacent in this case, the side which is directly below the angle or beside the angle, that is QR, and we know QR is equal to B. And the hypotenuse, the longest side, in this case is PR, and PR is equal to C. So in this case, we can write that A square plus B square is equal to C square. Nice. So do you believe it? Do you actually believe that formula? Well, if you don't believe it, for an experiment, construct a right angle triangle in your notebook. Alright, so you all know how to do geometric construction. And if you don't, no problem. Check out geometric construction videos on our webpage right here. Now, measure the length of each side of the triangle that you constructed. And then label each side of the triangle as A, B, and C. And make sure to label C as the hypotenuse. Now write down the lengths of A, B, and C. Then find the square of all those sides. Then add A square and B square. And then determine if A square plus B square is equal to C square. So for the experiment that we should have been doing in our notebook, just to give you a representation of how it would look on a graph, this is the Geometer sketchpad, and we're going to do it for you. We're going to prove that Pythagoras theorem is indeed true. So let's have a look at it. We're going to construct our right angle triangle. We're just making up some right angle triangle. All right, so that's our right angle triangle that we have created. Beautiful. Now we're just going to label the points. We're going to label A, B, C. Let's label. All right, beautiful. So now we've labeled all the points of the triangle. Good. Now the angle at C, all right, we're going to measure this angle at C. Bruh. Now that angle at C is 44.50 degrees. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to measure the length of this side AB. So the length of AB is 5.95 centimeters. Cool. Now we're going to measure the length of BC. The length of BC is 6.03 centimeters. Now we're going to measure the length of AC. Hey! The length of AC, the hypotenuse, is 8.49. So we have the opposite, 5.95, because this is the side that is opposite to the angle. The adjacent is 6.03 centimeters, and the hypotenuse is 8.49. I hope you'd have constructed your triangle, and now we're going to observe the results. So we're just going to take out our calculator. So you're going to see the calculator pop up in a second. Here's our calculator. Now let's check it out. 5.95 when we square our opposite plus the square of our adjacent, 6.03 square, that is giving us 71.76. Now, let's see if we are going to get 71.76 when we square our hypotenuse. 8.49 square, and we get 72.08. Both of them roughly 72. So we can see that it is indeed true that the opposite square plus the adjacent square is giving us the hypotenuse square. Both of them working out to be 72. So this is verifying our experiment that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. All right, so this is an experiment that verified that the opposite square plus the adjacent square equals the hypotenuse square. All right, beautiful. So now we verified Pythagoras theorem. Now, what did you notice? When you tried that experiment, did it work out to be true? And if you still haven't tried it as yet, make sure to try it just to see if Pythagoras theorem really is true. Test it with a triangle that you constructed. Alright, now that you've tried it and you should have realized that Pythagoras theorem works, now what is the use of Pythagoras theorem in real life? Well, in real life, we use Pythagoras theorem in order to find missing sides of a triangle. All right, so let's look at an example. Given the right angle triangle below, find the missing side. So we see a right angle triangle right here with one side being 6 centimeter, another side being x, and another side being 10. But we know that the squares of the opposite and the adjacent, the sum of the squares must be equal to the hypotenuse square. So pause the video and attempt this question. Now, in attempting this question, right, we know that the 6 square plus x square will be equal to 10 square. Nice. And then 6 square is 36. 36 plus x square is equal to 10 square, and 10 square is 100. So now we bring over the 36, so we have x square is equal to 100 minus 36, which is 64. So x square is equal to 64, and then we square root both sides to make x the subject, and so x is equal to 8, because the square root of 64 is 8. So that side x is 8. All right, so that's 8 centimeter. It's that easy. Nice. Let's look at another example. So given the right angle triangle below, find the missing side y. So the missing side is the hypotenuse. So pause and attempt. As you would have paused and attempted, you'd realize that the opposite is 20 and the adjacent is 21. So we say that opposite square plus adjacent square is equal to hypotenuse square by Pythagoras theorem. So 20 square plus 21 square is equal to y square. And so 20 square is 400. 21 square is 441. That's equal to y square. 400 plus 441 is 841. So y square is 841. And so y is the square root of 841. And so when you square root 841, we get 29. So the hypotenuse is 29 centimeters. Easy stuff. Nice. All right. Now, how about doing a worded problem? How do you think we would solve a question with a worded problem? Let's have a look at a worded problem. Jamar lives at station A, that is 25 kilometers west of station B. Station C is south of station B. The distance from Jamar at station A to station C is 35 kilometers. What is the distance from station B to station C? So pause this video and attempt. Now, as you would have paused and attempted, right? We realize that this is a real life scenario. This can really happen. Now, the question said that Jamar lives at station A. So we just put a little point to represent A. Then what happened? 25 kilometers west of station B. So A is west of station B, right? So that means that going 25 kilometers to the right of A, we will find B. So we just draw a straight line going across and just write 25 kilometers to represent the distance of A to B, where A has to be west of B. Good. Now what else was said? It said that station C is south of station B. So directly below station B is station C, but we just don't know the distance. So B to C, but C is south of B. So we draw a straight line from B going down, and we just label that point below B as C. Good. Now it tells us that the distance from Jamar at station A to station C is 35 kilometers. So connect A and C now, and that distance is 35 kilometers. Nice. So now we need to find the distance of B to C. Now look at that. That's a right angle triangle. Nice. Because B and C are in a relationship where C is south of B, south means 90 degrees. That's 90 degrees. So the angle at B is 90. So now we know that AC is going to be the hypotenuse. That's the longest side. And so 25 square plus BC square is going to equal to AC square. So let's just call BC x because we don't know what BC is. So 25 square plus x square is 35 square. 25 square is 625 plus x square. That's equal to 35 square, which is 1225. So we make x squared the subject. So x squared is 1225 minus 625. So x squared is 600. And so x is going to be the square root of 600. And the square root of 600 is 24.5 kilometers. So that means that the distance from station B to station C is 24.5 kilometers. Nice. That's a real life question right there. That's a worded problem. Nice. So remember, whenever you're doing trigonometry, you must know Pythagoras Theorem. It just states that the opposite square plus the adjacent square is equal to the hypotenuse square. The opposite is the side that is across from the angle. The adjacent is the side that is directly below the angle. The hypotenuse is the longest side. All right? So here are some practice questions just to leave with you to do for homework. Try them out. Pause the video and attempt them. As you pause the video and attempt them, we leave you with the answer here. You should have gotten 11.3 for question 1 and 5.7 for question 2. Alright, so that's it for today. Stay tuned to CXC Math TV for more. Alright, make sure to continue have a blessed day and keep on just practicing and having fun.